ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's time once again. It's time for that podcast heard, well, around a few places, by tens of listeners. It's time for the Department of Understanding Humans, the podcast. That's right, the podcast, featuring your ringmasters for the day, that stupendous giggle-snorting gal, Friday herself, Rachel Wynn, and now her co-host actually has a name, that cranky clown you love to adore, Chris Meyer. And on with the show!
D.U.H, Department of Understanding Humans, yeah!
I'm authenticated.
Sweet.
I'm authentic.
You're real.
I'm so real. Hi.
You're real. Hi.
Hi. What's happening?
Well, you know, it's things. Things are happening. Things are happening.
Stuff and things. Things and stuff.
Stuff and things. Good things are happening, you know.
Good things.
Good things are happening. I'll lead off with this because it came across me and I just had to laugh at it. The term "spocking the fiver." Do you know what that means?
What?
Spocking the fiver.
This sounds dirty. No, I don't know what this means.
It sounds dirty, but here's what it actually means. In Canada, the Bank of Canada, the National Bank of Canada, is pleading with citizens to stop spocking the fivers. What the people are doing is, because they're huge Star Trek fans, they're turning the picture of the 7th Prime Minister or something, Sir Wilfrid, and they make him look like Leonard Nimoy. Because he does. He kind of looks like Leonard Nimoy if you do the Spock haircut and the ears and the eyebrows. And they write on the bill underneath it, you know, like, oh, it says, Canada, God bless, whatever. They say, live long and prosper. So now there are all these $5 Canadian bills that are floating around that have the Spock look on it.
Oh my gosh. Spocking the fiver.
It's called Spocking the Fiver. And according to the Bank of Canada, it's not illegal to do this, but, and here's a statement, however, there are important reasons why it should not be done. Writing on a banknote may interfere with the security features and reduces its lifespan. Marking on the notes may also prevent it from being accepted in transaction. Furthermore, the Bank of Canada feels that writings and markings on banknotes are inappropriate as they are a symbol of our country and a source of national pride.
Oh my God.
I don't care if I get a Canadian $5 bill, I'm spocking the hell out of it.
Right? I mean,
poor Sir Wilfrid Laurier. You know, his face really wasn't that interesting, but now he's made national news because Star Trek fans are spocking the fiver.
Spocking the fiver.
Spocking the fiver. So remember, our Canadian listeners, we encourage you to spock your fivers. Hell, send me a Canadian $5. I'll spock the hell out of it.
And we'll spot you something back so that you don't lose the money. You know, we'll hook
That's
you
right.
up.
We'll spot you something back. We'll give you a goodie. We'll give you a goodie in exchange for letting us spock a fiver. Because it's not illegal here to spock a fiver. It's not illegal. It's not illegal in Canada, but the Bank of Canada, the National Bank of Canada, is telling people, please. I know you're in Saskatoon.
Oh, Canada.
You're up there in Saskatoon. You're up there in Calgary. You got nothing else better to do than watch your Star Trek and drink a Labatt's.
Labatt's.
Don't spock your fiver.
Don't spock your fiver.
In Toronto, don't watch the Leafs and spock a fiver. Okay? Telling you that right now. We know the Raptors won the title, but don't, for God's sake, don't spock the fiver. There you go.
That's some stuff there. That's some stuff.
That's your lead story of the day. But anyway, after that, how was your 4th of July?
It was quiet, thankfully.
It was quiet here.
Yeah, we had the extended family over and hung out and played some games ish. It was more a time of sitting around eating and just kind of chatting and teaching the 5-year-old how to be around a husky.
Excellent.
You know, with a lot of no's, don't, and stops. No, stop, don't, no, don't, no, 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 close that, close. Gee, okay. No, close, but, no.
No. That's a lot of that.
Right, and so 2 things I realized during that time was, now I understand where Cosby got the Jeffrey joke from. Jeffrey, no, I'm 4 years old. Jeffrey, no. So I get that. The other thing was, our not quite 2-year-old husky is better behaved than my friend's 5-year-old daughter.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Yeah, the DePaulo, as she calls him, DePaulo, which we joked about calling him Derpaulo because he's derp. Derp. He was so good with her, and they had brought over a smaller, you know, those Chuck It sticks?
Yes.
I have a big one for us, and then I was going to get a little one so that she could use it, but they actually went out and got one. And so they brought one over with several balls, and we went out back, and it was hotter than hell. I mean, it was just so freaking hot. And so I tried to show her how to use it, but she was too distracted all the time. And anytime Apollo would get anywhere near her, she'd freak out because she didn't understand that he was like, because she would squeal and whine, and he thought that she was a puppy in trouble. So he would always like, you know, what's going on? Are you okay? And you could see it on his face. Like, I need to protect you. What's going on? Well, right. I took the adult size Chuck It, and I go, look, this is how you do it. And I chuck the ball, and it was one of our more expensive balls that has a series of holes in it that make it whistle through the air. So it goes, right? So it catches the dog's attention. Well, I threw it too far, and it went into the neighbor's yard.
No.
And I was like, uh-oh. Thankfully, DePaulo did not see where it went, so he was not encouraged to want to jump over the fence after it.
Very nice.
Very nice. So that was fun. And then, I don't know if Farkas does this, but Apollo likes to nooch with his front teeth as a sign of affection. He does that? Okay. So he apparently, because he is at face level with the 5-year-old, he nuzzled down into her belly and nooched against her dress, and she freaked out. And so I had to like kind of intervene, and I got in between them, and I'm like, look at me, you're fine. He didn't hurt you. I'm like, oh God, okay. And of course, as soon as Daddy came over and picked her up, she was fine.
Right, of course.
And she would tease him, and that was the only thing that I hated, was she'd be like, no, Apollo's gonna get me. Ha ha ha, come on, Apollo, come on, Apollo. I'm like, oh God, no. And that's where the whole, stop. So there was that. Jeffrey. And so then we did not go see fireworks, and we watched, what did we watch? We watched TV. Oh, we kind of got stuck on a series that I won't mention, but it was kind of fun. And so we watched TV and then went to bed and woke up the next day, and there was that. And so the 4th was really kind of quiet, and we were old people and so on and so forth, which was fun. So
nothing wrong with being old people.
It's not old people at all. It wasn't bad being old people at all. We did start, I don't know if you've seen this yet. First of all, we just saw Shazam.
How was it?
It was funny. Didn't you see it? I thought you saw it and liked it.
We have not seen Shazam yet.
Oh, okay. I highly recommend it, and I don't know as much about it as you do, so I think you'll think it's fun.
Yeah, it looks, from what I've seen, it looks like it's something I would enjoy. We just saw Spider-Man Homecoming, or Far From Home, or the new Spider-Man that's out. I
haven't seen that one yet, but we did see the multiverse, the animated one. That's what we watched 4th of July night. That's what we watched. It was really good. We were really pleased by it. Now, I had to kind of get used to the way. Did you see that one, the animated one, the multiverse one?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
So what they did was, in order to make it kind of old comic booky, the background images, instead of having a depth of field to them, they've got a depth of field and a RGB offset. So it almost looks like it's supposed to be 3D. And if you relax, I had to relax my eyes and kind of get used to it at first because it was giving me a headache. Because it did pop the animation out a little bit more. But if you just kind of chill, and relax your eyes and keep a focus on what the camera's focused on, it won't bother you as much. It'll end up becoming a blur in the background. But the animations were great. And I know you, with your animation background, I really think you'll dig it. Yeah,
it won Academy Awards, so I want to go see the thing.
It's when it comes out on. I think it's on Netflix now.
Okay.
So yeah, you can get it on or one of the streaming something. So how was Far From Home?
Excellent.
Did it seem like an extension of the universe?
Well, it didn't do like an extended universe kind of thing, but it is tying in things for the next phase of Marvel's plans here.
Okay. And what are those plans? Do you know?
Well, it's been out almost a week. I don't want to give spoilers, but we'll just say this: if you saw Captain Marvel, we got to meet the Skrulls.
Okay.
We know the Kree. The Kree is an alien war race, and they're blue-skinned, and the Kree are not so great. We got to meet the Skrulls, the shape-changing race of pointy-eared, lizard-like Vulcans. Okay? The Skrulls are in the Spider-Man movie.
Oh, good. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we get to tie in Captain Marvel now. We're going to focus in on Captain Marvel. We get to see what happens. We know Tony Stark is dead. Somebody's got to take over the mantle of Tony Stark. Peter's having a hard time with that because they're wanting him to be the next Iron Man. Mm-hmm. He really doesn't want to be the next Iron Man. He just wants to be him. The best part of the movie is they did what the fans wanted. J.K. Simmons is back as J. Jonah Jameson from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Hello?
I'm listening.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I lost you. I heard long pause. You don't know who that is, do you?
Wait, say it again?
J.K. Simmons is J. Jonah Jameson in the new Spider-Man movie. They have made J.K. Simmons, who was J. Jonah, the newspaper editor of the Daily Bugle.
Oh, the dude with the cigar.
The dude with the cigar and the bad musty.
That's why I was like, okay, I really should know this character, shouldn't I? So okay.
He was J. Jonah. Of course, the Daily Bugle in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man was the Daily Bugle we knew from the comics, the newspaper that Peter Parker worked for.
Peter Parker.
Now they've taken a new spin on it. It's like an internet kind of Alex Jones InfoWars kind of thing, and J. Jonah is this radical newsman who's exposing the truth. So it's a great spin on it, but it's great that J. Jonah is back in the Marvel Universe, and it's great that they put J.K. Simmons, the original J. Jonah, back at the same role. Because it just is fitting.
So see, that's where I was kind of like, Yeah, okay. No, I'm tracking now. I'm following.
You with me?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm all over it. I'm tracking. It's good. Yep, that's good. Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
that's what's going on, and I got a soapbox rant here.
You do?
I do. I have a soapbox rant. Our boy, oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to call him our boy, but mediocre quarterback Colin Kaepernick once again.
Oh, jeez.
He's back in the news. Old Colin.
That crap. You know what? I'm going to let you have the soapbox on this because I'm going to...
You're going to just kind of bow out?
I'm going to bow out only because I choose not to have a foul mouth today.
Well, I'm going to not try to get foul, but, when you consider the American flag a racist symbol, to me, there's something wrong with you. Because if the colonial American flag with the 13 stars in the circle that Betsy Ross sewed, that is hung at every presidential inauguration, including Barack Obama's.
Which, you're apparently a fan of.
It's, if it wasn't racist for the black president, hate to tell you, it's probably not racist for you. Nike, what offends me even more, not only does he do this, but Nike as a company reached out. Now, what they want to do, and then just kind of give you backstory, they made these cross trainers with they're for the 4th of July. They made them just kind of a special shoe, and they put the colonial flag on the back of the shoe instead of the Nike swoosh.
And it was supposed to be a nod to the
original 13 colonies,
to America. To
America.
Happy birthday, right? Happy Independence, America.
Great looking shoes, honestly. I think they're really cool looking shoes, and I think that's a great nod from the company. But this company put him as the face when he was doing all his bullshit. Okay? All his crap, Nike took a chance and put him as the face of the company. And then he says, I think it's that's racist. That's racist overtones to have the colonial flag because there were slaves in America back then. Well, yeah, there were slaves in America back then.
But there were slaves in England and Africa
but there were slaves.
India and Italy and...
I hate to tell you that, Colin. I mean, also... Black people gained their independence for fighting for America.
Oh, also, black people had black slaves. Oh my God. And black people had white slaves. Shock.
Colin's outrage, made Nike go, oh gosh, we'll just pull the shoes. What happened to where a corporation with their spokesperson dictates to what they do?
Right. Why don't they sit down and go, okay, you're our spokesperson, go speak for us.
Yeah, and kind of look
say
and
this,
go,
by the way,
what?
say this.
Exactly. Now, and I understand, but, Nike should have pulled him aside and said, we stuck by you when you did your horse shit. Don't tell us what to do.
Oh man.
So I hope.
What did he say? Did he say like, don't do that? Did he just come out and talk against them, or did he tell Nike?
He came out. He came out and said it's representative of slavery.
Oh my God. Boy hasn't done his homework apparently.
And I'm sorry, if we're in a political environment where the American flag has become controversial to Americans, that we got a problem. Okay? We got a serious problem with that.
Did you see the little snowflake that went into a gun store and thought that the Don't Tread on Me flag was Nazi?
Yes. I thought that was amusing.
It was very amusing.
People are being stupid. I don't know what we're teaching children in school on history, but they're not learning. They're not learning our history.
They're really not. And speaking of history, I'm sorry. Wait, are you done with your soapbox?
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
Do you feel heard?
I have felt heard. Go ahead.
Because I don't want to keep interrupting you, and I get excited about it, and I get all like, yeah. Are you sure?
Yes, go ahead. Tell your thing. I've said yes 3 times.
What? Have you?
Either do it now or I'll tell you no.
Okay, so speaking of history, Chernobyl. We're watching the series on HBO.
Oh, yeah.
And we have one more episode to go. Now, it is a factual-based fiction. So there are things that they've changed. Like, one of the characters didn't actually exist in real life. She is actually a culmination of several scientists. And so rather than having this huge panel of scientists, they've taken all of it and created a character that antagonizes that storyline, right? And a few other things. And I know here's the deal, okay? It is because it is a fact-based fiction, so it's 99% true, but there's a couple things done for drama and entertainment type stuff. But however, it makes you question things, which is what I really love about shows like this. Like, oh my God, is that what socialism looks like? Holy crap, that's what leads to communism? Oh, wow, that's towing the party line? Oh my gosh, those people. Oh my gosh, you just kind of go, oh, what does that mean? Oh, let's look it up. And so one of the things that I love about it is it's caused some really interesting conversations between the hubs and I. What I hate about it is, as an empath, I'm watching it and my heart is just breaking every few minutes. Because even if this is only partly true, that means that but the fact remains that there are people out there that lived this and are still dealing with the fallout from it, literally. Then the other thing is, because the hubs is so freaking smart and his dad worked in nuclear energy, every few minutes I'll ask something and it's an innocent, naive question. Like, oh, wow, so because he held that, now his hands are falling off. That's interesting. Pause. Wait a minute. Why'd you pause it? Well, let me tell you what the graphite's for. And he goes into these like nerd moments where he just oozes science. And I'm like, shut up. I want to watch the movie.
You're like, I just want to watch the movie.
Want to watch it. But then at the same time, it's very educational for me because we were like 12, 10, 11 when that happened, because it was like 86. Right? So, we were all in that 10, 11, 12 state. And I'm like, we were alive during that. That was part of our childhood. The Berlin Wall, the Soviet Russia, the bread lines. It was the tail end of the Cold War. We were there for that. So it's interesting, and it kind of goes in hand with the whole know your history. So there are moments where like they'll be talking about something and I'll go, wow, did that really happen? And I'll Google it. And I'm like, oh, I see.
So, yeah, that really happened.
Yeah, and I'll look at it and I'll see, oh, that's what they did. That's why they did that? Oh, my gosh, so that's why that exists now. The stuff that happened with Chernobyl is one of the reasons, why some of the safety protocols are in place for current nuclear facilities that are less likely for this to happen, but they have safety protocols now because of this. And if you Google Chernobyl and you look at some of the photographs, there are people that will go back and visit for a certain period of time. Like they can only stay there for like an hour or something, and they can only go to specific locations, and they're getting these amazing photographs. But they're estimating, even after the initial life loss, they're estimating a minimum of 4,000 people getting cancer from it. Ugh. And that's just one disease. That's just one problem. There were birth defects. The interesting part that I found most interesting was the wildlife and the environment around it came back quicker than the human influence. Like the humans were more affected, and if they're finding that there are certain types of frogs that have adjusted to the environment. Their skin is darker so they can handle the radiation. There are different types of fungus growing now because of the malignancy of the radiation that's going on there. Certain animals have adapted and have abnormalities from their original version of themselves. The buffalo are growing different. Their deer are different. Like they initially, a lot of that died out and then they came back, but they've come back different from the fallout, which is really interesting. And the reason I bring it up also, not just because we just watched a bunch of it today and it's just heart-wrenching, but you talk about history and knowing our history. And and that was one of the things that they said in there is if we don't figure out how this happened or why, we're doomed to repeat this. And so
right, exactly.
I think it's interesting, because Kaepernick's initial bitch was police brutality. Supposedly he was kneeling at the national anthem because he was all about police brutality, right? And apparently the oppression of the black culture, which, come on, people, let's be real. And I feel, by the way, our email is theemail@gmail.com. That's the email at gmail.com. Please send me some complaints. I'm willing to have this conversation with you. Black people are not as oppressed as you think they are. We are now getting to a point where white straight men are more attacked than the average black person, than the average gay, lesbian, bi, trans person. Straight white males and straight white women even are getting more attacked than any minority right now. The tide has shifted. The pendulum has completely shifted because of everybody trying to be all politically correct and snowflaking out and trying to, oh my God, we have to take care of these minorities and da-da-da. Pride. Pride. And I'm not getting on I'm not homophobic. I'm not Semitic. I'm not racist. I hate everybody equally, right? I've said that so many times. But one of the things that is really interesting, the police brutality, do the homework. Kaepernick, are you protesting police brutality, or are you protesting being an American? You're anti-flag. You think it's about racism. You think it's about slavery. Really? You're an American citizen. You were born here. You must be, really? Or are you just mad that everybody quit paying attention to you, so when this sneaker comes out, you're going to bitch about it to get your name back out in front of people? Kind of like Alyssa Milano and her failing career. She takes on abortion and she decides to go down to the detention centers. What are detention centers? They're jails. Why? Because these people broke the law. And then she's going to get on camera and talk about how she's denied access and she's some Hollywood starlet, so she should be allowed. Negative. You call like every other asshole who wants attention. I want to go in. I want to see these people. Okay, make an appointment. It's a jail. AOC didn't even go in. And she's outside taking rumor and using that to fake tweets. She's taking pictures at gates for empty parking lots and faking news. You people are losing your message because you're idiots. And idiots are harmless.
No. Idiots are dangerous.
Yes, some idiots can be very dangerous, especially when they have access to shit like, media.
There is a term my father coined, and it is called dangerously stupid.
Oh, I like that.
There are people in this world who are dangerously stupid. Because they're not just a danger to themselves, they are a danger to everybody as a whole.
Well, especially because of Twitter. Twitter is like troll town for all of that crap. I honestly had a conversation with someone the other day, and I said, and
the thunder and rumbling you hear is my 14-year-old wrestling with the dog down the stairs.
That's fantastic. We actually have storms rolling through, so you'll hear if you hear thunder, it's because there's thunder.
There's just days I want to go, why? Why? I'm doing a podcast. Why?
Because he knows you're doing a podcast.
I'm recording a commercial. Exactly.
How did the vacation go? We'll just segue into something completely different. How did the vacation go?
Sure, vacation went well.
Did you guys have fun? Did Baby Bear do some fishings?
Baby Bear did fishings. Baby Bear did see tubings. He is now no longer Baby Bear. He is Adolescent Bear.
Adolescent Bear.
Adolescent Bear. The strangest thing, though, is my elder adolescent. We go through the town, and of course, give them souvenir money, and say, okay, here, buy what you want.
I can't wait to hear this story. I saw the picture. I can't wait to hear the story.
There's a store in town that's called the Jester's Dragon, and it's of course got all sorts of crazy weapons and all sorts of stuff. They sell some decent stuff, but it's just they do airbrushing at t-shirts, the typical touristy stuff.
Yeah.
pop figure. You know, they sell pop figures. That's what, you know, Nicole and I get pop figures because there's pop figures you can't find. And we collect them. And, okay, we buy a couple, and then that's it. And the boys always marvel at the swords.
The swords.
And I remember being that age, you looked and you went, oh, sword. Mm-hmm. So there was one that was a Game of Thrones replica thing that was like $400 that he was going to spend his money on. And I went, buddy, you're saving for a car. Let's think about this a second.
Yeah.
And he kind of looked disappointed at me, like I told him, no, you know, don't get it. I said, no, it's your money. You earned it. You do what you want with it, but it's $400 that you're taking away to save for $1,700 towards a car.
Right.
Remember this. Is it really worth it? Well, I work and I'll make money. Yeah, I understand. But when you go back to school and you're not going to be working, you're going to be at school.
Right.
Oh. So instead, he bought a $100 Crusader helmet. Like an honest-to-God Knights Crusaders helmet. The bucket helmet, like, you know, the Monty Python?
Yes.
With the cross on the front, the whole deal. And I said, so what are you going to do with it? I'm going to wear it.
I'm going to wear it?
You're going to wear it where? He wore it around town.
Did he really?
He wore it around. We drove in the car, wore it. We were outside, he wore it. We were in the cabin, he wore it. He learned how to eat with it, which was interesting to watch him try to eat. And then try to drink was very interesting, you know. So,
the picture that I saw, I think it was him eating waffles?
Yes, well, bagels.
Oh, bagels. I know it was Oles.
He was eating bagels.
How did he do that? Did he pick it up and like feed himself under it?
No, he just kind of he leaned back and the helmet would kind of wobble on his head a little bit. And it was heavy, mind you. It was a heavy thing on his noggin. There's no padding in it for his head. So it rested like metal upon head and it got heavy after a while. And he would like slide his neck back and the helmet would tilt forward and he would slide a piece of food in and then tilt his head back and it would come down to his chin.
Okay. That's just crazy.
Yeah. So he tried to go tubing in it. And the tubing people said, no. And, you know, he said, no, you're just going to go in the river, and then, you know, $100 piece of metal will be, you know, in the river. And he went, but I want to start a crusade. And I went, yeah, that's great. You want to start a crusade. Jerusalem is safe, son. Jerusalem is safe.
That's so sweet. He wanted to start a crusade.
So, helmet came home. The best piece of junk that was bought, and I say piece of junk because it ended up being a piece of junk. He wanted a sword to go with it. So he found this, you know, woodcrafter, woodworking, and I looked at the thing. I was like, "This is, you know, you said it. Yeah, I want it. You know, okay." So, you know, $23 later, this wooden broadsword, which is warped. Crooked, and also now has come apart because it was wobbly. And I said, do you really want to buy this? Yes, this is why. Okay, you know. And now it's sitting at home. He didn't take it with him because he didn't want it because it was too wobbly.
Oh.
So now it's sitting on our mantle, and I bought Gorilla Glue. Excuse me. And I'm going to glue the thing together and, you know, put it there as a big wooden thing. I'm going to be like Ron Swanson with the JB Weld commercials. You know, somebody throws it out, and I'm going to take the stuff, put it together, and look at him and stare at him, you know, with joyful glee, going, "Ha ha!" Look what I did.
You need to take photos of that, or do a Instagram boomerang of that, and just be like, "I fixed it." At home with Chris Meyer. I can fix stuff.
So anyway, yeah, that was vacation was fun.
Good.
Vacation, we had a good time in the old city of Helen.
I love your vacation stories. You guys always have good ones. I live vicariously through you.
We do have a restaurant review, though.
Oh?
We have one restaurant review. Because
Yes.
the city of Helen, it's a great city, but there's also one restaurant there that, everybody raves about. It's called Big Daddy's. Mm-hmm. And we were there our first year. Big Daddy's was great.
Uh-huh.
Can't complain about it. This year was probably the worst year of food ever from Big Daddy's.
Oh, no.
It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. What was even the killer now, it was a Wednesday night. We went there, and then, there was a pretty decent crowd there. But you go in and you say, we need a table. Okay, how long? Get a table of 4, blah, blah, blah. All right, we'll call you. Well, how long is it going to be? I don't know, an hour? Just sit outside and wait. That's what we were told. And I kind of went, okay, well, it's Wednesday. It's 7 o'clock. Every place else is kind of full. All right. This is where the kids want to eat. All right. We sat, we waited, got to our table. Waiter comes out. He's cordial, nice. There's no problem with the waiter. But he said, oh, well, yeah, this is fine. We'll suggest these things. And every suggestion that he had for the boys and myself just were bad. The steaks were, obviously, you could tell they were purveyor steaks that were Crayovac packed, frozen, that they thawed out, and, kind of slapped on the grill and came out. They were dry, no flavor, no anything. They were really dry pieces of meat. I had shrimp and grits, and he said, oh yeah, they're good. Okay. The shrimp and sausage, whatever they had, was just, the sauce was greasy.
Ew.
On top of the grits was like a layer of grease.
That. Ew.
And it was just bad, and it was overpriced and bad.
That's the worst, is when it's overpriced and bad.
It's overpriced,
Blech.
What really got me was just the fact that the waiter could tell that we did not have a good meal. He's like, oh, okay, I'll just bring you the check. And he didn't ask us for anything else. He just could tell we had a terrible meal. Just gave us a check. He's like, all right, I'm done. He knew that there was no saving it or no making it right. He wasn't going to get a manager or anything, because he could tell we did not have a good time. He didn't want to deal with it. Bam.
What? So
went on.
Just didn't. Oh.
Didn't ask us if we wanted anything else. Just brought the check to get us out of there.
He didn't. Did he take anything off?
No.
Evil.
Didn't take anything off. He could tell that we did not have good food, but he wasn't going to deal with it.
That's horrible.
So my point is, if anybody in Helen is listening or goes to Helen for Big Daddy's, don't go. Don't go anymore. They've obviously gotten to the point where they think they're the game in town, but they're not.
Too big for their britches.
There are other places. We went there 3 times. We went to the D.U.H Tavern, which is just a pizza and burger joint. And, they wait a little bit because it is hand-tossed pizza. Best food in town.
Now,
absolutely, hands down, best food in town.
Where did we go when we came?
We went to the Troll Tavern, and that was
pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right. They're a little proud of their prices, but I mean, it's okay. It was good the year we went, and it's kind of gotten. You gotta kind of look and see what you order off the menu there, but they're. I don't understand it's a tourist town, but they're proud of their prices. It's not worth it for the buck.
We have the Wiener Schnitzel.
Right, German food and all that, because it's a German, a little German town, but Bavarian town on the river.
Yes.
But seriously, the people at D.U.H Tavern, great service, great food, good beer, good booze, good everything. So,
D.U.H Tavern.
D.U.H Tavern, not Mully's D.U.H Grill. Don't go there. It is D.U.H Tavern right next door. And Mully, the local guy that goes, yeah, I'll make a good restaurant off the D.U.H Tavern, call it the D.U.H Grill. Ain't the same.
Just
ain't
no.
The same.
Just no.
Just no.
Oh my. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. There's your Helen restaurant review, brought to you by your very own
There's your
Chris the
restaurant
Clown.
review.
Yeah.
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 So we're counting down the days to Dragon Con.
We are counting down the days.
Counting down the days.
Counting down the days to Dragon Con. I have ordered our stickers, and
yes,
sadly, we will not be getting the stress poo.
Aww.
They're like $3 a pop. And I'm like, whoa.
Ooh.
And you have to get them in like bulk. So it would be like $300 worth of poo in a box. Now,
Ooh.
I might go find a few locally and put stickers on them, and at the end of the show, maybe throw them to a select few. Don't know yet. But I will find something other than the stickers to share with the audience that doesn't break our budget. Which, I mean, even the stickers kind of poke our budget because we don't really have a budget. However, we have to invest in our baby because it's our baby.
This is true.
So,
we have to invest in the baby.
And so this week I was on a little vacation. Tomorrow is my last day. Minication for the holiday. I will be working on our panel information because we are having a guest. We're having Bobby Blackwolf as a guest.
Tell us about our guest.
I will, again, I need to work on some stuff because I wanna fluff it a little bit so it makes sense and has all of the information that we need. Translation, I haven't done all my research yet. So Bobby Blackwolf is in the podcasting community, so I'm going to get all the information on him, and we will talk him up all the way up until then. And I think I should be getting the final okay this week to start telling everybody when we're going to be recording and where. Once that's finalized, we will move forward with that information. Until then, it's a heavily guarded secret because they're still working on everything. And as I say that, I'm going to look here in the okay, and let's see, general. I'll have to look through it. I'll have to see what they say. Version 2, there's a second version of that was on the 28th of June, so I feel that we are going to get more information after the holiday is over.
Yes,
that is what I feel is going to happen.
Yes,
and that's all I've got at this time. Thank you for your support.
Excellent. Yes.
And so with that, I would like to say thank you guys. Happy holiday, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. For those of us who are listening who are American, happy birthday to America. To those of you who are listening that are from other countries, thank you for listening to us and enjoying the freedom of our speech.
Yes. Thank you.
That's all I got.
That's all I got to. That's a podcast.
That's a podcast. Thank you guys. Have so much fun.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us here at the Department of Understanding Humans, also known as DA. Just remember, this is our circus. These are our monkeys. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media outlets. You can find all of our podcasting streams and feeds at our website at www.dawebsite.com. That's D.U.H website.com. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day.